Never fear of missing out by clicking that subscribe button and becoming another member of the Babylonian family. BabbleOn is now partnered with Raffled Up, the one-stop shop to have the chance at scoring yourself some great tech at a low price. Raffled Up has made over 1,800 people happy with their competitions, ranging from store credit, GPUs, VR sets, and even full-on PC rigs to take your game into the next level. Keep your eye out for mega bundle competitions too for your chance to win several £1,000s worth of gear, all for less than the cost of a chippy. If you fancy your chances, make sure to use our partner code in the description below and save yourself some money while also supporting us as a channel. Best of luck and enjoy the content. Who could have thought something so deadly could come in such a tiny package? Yes, that's right, pun intended. But welcome, Babylonians. My name is Songs of Rays, back with another legendary guide, and today I am bringing you the submachine gun, the Daimyo. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Please feel free to correct me, which is going to be very difficult in the comment section because obviously you're texting that instead. So, welcome to the Daimyo. That's how I'm going to pronounce it for the rest of this episode. And what is so special about this gun? Well, I'll tell you what. For starters, the looks on this gun is just insane. Just got teeth on it. It's got like some flowing effects in there, and obviously it's got some dangly bits as well. But it's just a stunner of a gun. I genuinely, if I was able to run submachine guns, or if I make myself a build to be able to do that, I would try and find a way to use this gun. It's just so... It's definitely within like top 5 for me in terms of aesthetics, and I've probably said that about quite a lot of the episodes, and I'm pretty sure that's going to become a meme at some point. But honestly, this one is jaw-dropping as to how good it is. But anyway, we're not here to talk about how it looks. We're talking about how it performs, and that's right. This comes with the Tier 3 mod of Ultimate Storm Whip, and that's going to sound familiar because obviously we've covered that in the Thunderbird. That's right. This is another one of those guns that's duplicated on the Tier 3 mods. Now, that doesn't necessarily make it a bad gun. Obviously, that doesn't make it a bad mod either. So, what else does it bring to the table? Well, it brings a decent amount of damage for 3,800 damage per shot. It's got a clip size of 60, which is huge, and it's a burst-firing submachine gun, so it's kind of on the accurate side as well. It already has a 91% accuracy kind of rating. Obviously, because it's a submachine gun, it does suffer a little bit when it comes to range, but because this is a burst variant, it actually has a bit more range from what I can tell in personal testing compared to the full auto kind of variants. So I have paired this with a Tier 3 mod of Strings of Gorse. Now, we recovered this in a recent episode, but shots link up to 5 enemies in a 5-meter radius of the target and deal 79,155 points of electric damage to each of them. My idea behind this was, if I'm going for an electric gun, I am going to be able to make as much electric and much lightning to appear on the screen as physically possible. Now, I tried doing that with the Thunderbird, but I did that before I got this mod, and I feel like Strings of Gorse is actually a lot better than the Storm Whip of the Tier 2 variant. So it allows you to have a little bit more of like crowd control and add taking. So as you're going to see in the gameplay in the background, this gun actually does perform. It's alright, it's pretty good. So, and that's just coming off a Technomancer that's designed on long range damage, not on short range. So just imagine what you can actually achieve on this with another build where it's designed for that close range. So a lot about what this gun stems back to the Thunderbird episode. The gun itself is okay as an SMG. It's decent. It's a tactical variant, so obviously you'll be holding. You're not going to have the rate of fire of a full auto, but it does obviously extend its range a little bit further. It does allow you to be a little bit more precise, which is great, but it does take a little bit of getting used to. As for the Tier 3 mod, it's nice. It gives you a nice chunk of DPS just when you need it every single second. Obviously, when it comes to a lowly target or a lowly ad, then they're going to be pretty much dead by the time you've hit them with the bullets, as well as this. When it comes to a chunkier or an elite enemy, so like a Broodmother or a Captain, it's going to take a nice chunk of health away, and it will just be able to help you just slowly, or maybe even gradually, melt away at their actual health bar. And it does kind of work if you're a lower level as well. That obviously this kind of scales as it gets a bit stronger and all that kind of thing. So it's not a top tier mod. It's definitely far from that. But that being said, if this is one of the few legendaries that you get on your way to be able to get to endgame, or on your way up to CT 13 to 15, then yeah, by all means, put this on. It's not going to be in the same league as Killing Spree, Dark Sacrifice, Embalmer's Rage, Fortress or any of those, but it is still fun to run, and that's probably the main selling point, is the fact that this is a fun mod. It's not necessarily a top tier mod, it's fun to be able to run around with. While the stat rolls that the Daimyo actually does roll with of crit damage and close range damage and skills life leech actually do a really good job of actually selling this gun to you, ultimately it is the mod that kind of actually makes this a legendary. You could potentially just put this mod onto any kind of purple burst SMG and you would still have the exact same kind of performance and output. So the only real reason you would ever want to use this gun instead of a purple one is that you're obviously looking to use 2 tier 3 mods on your weapons, and that's not a bad strategy to go for at all. It's just something to be aware of, obviously, as you go in. And that pretty much wraps up everything that there is to do with the Daimyo. Like I said, everything else has pretty much been covered in a previous episode. I would highly recommend you go check that one out, obviously, if you want to know a little bit more about the mod. But as always, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please drop a like and drop a subscribe. As with the start of the video, we are now partnered with Raffled Up, so obviously if you are looking to get yourself a couple of tickets, please check out the link that we've got below. Save yourself a little bit of money, and obviously it helps support us as a channel. And keep yourself safe, keep yourself well, and we shall see you on the next video.